Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with episode 5 of Washington Nationals franchise here in MLB The Show 25. I want to say first off, before we even get into the video, thank you so much for all enjoying this series. They've been the most liked videos on the channel and the most watched. I think every episode is nearing 100 views or over by a lot. I think episode 1 and 2 at least have 150 views. So obviously for a lot of YouTubers that wouldn't be a lot, but I have 31 subscribers as of recording this. I'm very excited about a couple hundred views on my videos. So if you do enjoy, please leave a like, leave some comments down below letting me know how the franchise is going, what you'd like to see out of the team, what moves you'd like to see. If you'd like to see us trade for your favorite player or a player on your team that you think could help our team, let me know. Let me know what you want to see from the future of this franchise and the future of other series on the channel. I just got done recording an episode of Seahawks franchise that finished out the last 4 games of our season. I recorded it all in one sitting. It took me 4 hours. I'm going to edit it at some point and get it out soon. So Seahawks franchise's first season will be over soon. We have 2 more videos for this season of it, and then it'll be into next season. We could probably get our franchise quarterback. But today we are focused on MLB The Show. We are focused on Nationals franchise. Currently 16-17, playing okay. 4-6 in our last 5. We're 4.5 games back of Philly, and 3.5 back of Atlanta. So we'll see what we can do here. Play Colorado one more game, and then play Chicago in a 4-game set. So we do play Philly in a week, so that'll be exciting. I really am excited for this season. So we're going to sim this Colorado game. It has a situation for us here. We're going to trust Jorge Lopez, and we do take the win. So back to 500 now. And we'll hop in with Cade Cavalli, see if we can get the win here. We will player lock him and hop in and see what we can do. Cubs Nationals here from Nationals Park here in DC, and we will see what Cade Cavalli has today against Chicago. Nico Horner up the bat first. 17-17, we're 1 game back from the wild card hunt, so need a good start here from Cade Cavalli. That has popped up to the catcher, Keibert Ruiz. That'll be caught first out of the top of the first here. So nice, easy start here for Cade Cavalli. Hopefully he doesn't get too much more difficult in this game.
That was a good pitch to hit.
Throw a curveball first pitch here, try and hang it. We do in the strike zone.
Just got underneath it a little bit and
looking for his slider, looking off speed, and then we'll get him up and in with the fastball here. 0-2. Did get him swinging there, so exactly what we wanted. Does not chase the fastball, a little bit more over the plate than I would have liked there. Just trying to get that up and in a little bit more. That one's in, and it hits Pablo Reyes, not what we wanted there. So Seiya Suzuki up the bat now. Takes strike 1 there, not a bad pitch. Looking for a curve here, trying to hang it again. We do fouled back. Seiya Suzuki not known to really chase stuff, so we're going to try and get him with the slider, but might not be able to. Okay, never mind. Wild swing at that one, completely fooled. Thought probably a fastball there. And we will see what we can do against Ian Happ now. Takes the fastball at the top of the zone for strike 1. Throwing a curveball here. 0-1 does swing through that wildly. Getting some real nice swings here from these Cubs batters. Get him looking, circle change, bottom outside corner of the zone. That's the end of the top of the first. All right, not able to get any help. Did get a hit from our offense, but really nothing after that. We'll see what we can do here. High fastball, not able to catch a piece of the zone. They're way too high. 1-0 count. Swung through there by Rowdy Tellez. So
1-1.
1-1 count now. That is pummeled the right center field, and that is caught by the right fielder. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. That is in, and it hits Michael Busch. A couple of pitches gotten away from me early in this game, and we have another base runner. Fouled almost into our dugout there down the first baseline. Gary Sanchez with the pitch on 1. Looking fastball up and in. He swings through it 0-2 here. Trying to get him on the slider now, down and away. Does not get him to swing. We're going to go curveball inside, try and get him swinging here. We do not. 2-2 evens up the count there as he does not swing at that one. Circle change fouls that one back to the backstop. So we'll see what we can do here. 2-2 after a foul ball. Get him looking, fastball, strike 3. Second out of the top of the second. That is the third strikeout. Yes, it is for Cade Cavalli here. Dansby Swanson off the bat takes circle change down the middle for strike 1. Don't get the call on the outside corner of the zone there at 1-1 count off that fastball. Pitch almost gets away from Keibert Ruiz. Slider down and away there. Fastball up and in, 3-1 count here, and we'll throw a circle change, try and get him swinging. Grounder fouled back to the back. And 3-2, we're going to throw a slider here. That is popped up in the infield. Shortstop C.J. Abrams comes in, makes the play. End of the second inning. All right, no runs for our offense again there in the bottom of the second inning, but we're back out on the mound now. Cade Cavalli doesn't get the call there. A little high on the fastball, not able to catch a piece of the zone there. Circle change down in the way. Gets the call there in the zone. Throwing a curveball here. 30 pitches now as we face the first batter here. Nice play by Brady House. Caught it third on the liner. That is one out quickly here in the top of the third. I was just about to talk about his pitch count there. Grounder up the middle. C.J. Abrams second out. Easy one there to first. And I believe 32 pitches now with 2 outs in the top of the third. Cade Cavalli pitching really well to start this game. Fastball high for a ball.
1 ball, no strikes.
1 ball, no strikes.
Would love to get out of this inning with less than 35 pitches, but already at 34. No, looking like it's not going to happen here.
Fastball is outside.
3-0 count. We're going to throw a curveball, see if we can get him swinging. We get him looking for the strike. Curveball drops in for the strike at the bottom of the zone. Fastball up and in. Get him swinging. Pop that one up foul. We'll cover first. Can Juan Yepes make the play? He can over the railing. End of the top of the third. We'll see if our offense can do something. Offense not able to do anything. Does not have a hit since the second inning. So we'll see. Popped into right field. That'll be caught out in right field. Nice play there in right field. And 1 out quickly here on the top of the fourth. Only 38 pitches here after 1 out. This is pitch 39. Takes it for a strike right down the middle. So we'll see what we can do here against this Cubs lineup. Continuing to dominate, hopefully, is Cade Cavalli. Throw a curveball here 0-2. Try and get him swinging. Grounder to third. Brady House makes the play on to first. Throws it. He is out. 2 quick outs here in the top of the fourth. Cade Cavalli only 41 pitches here with Rowdy Tellez up the bat now. Takes the slider middle of the zone in for a strike. 1-1 now.
That's a hard one. That's a low end fastball for some pitchers.
Grounder to third, or sorry, grounder to short. C.J. Abrams makes the play on to first, end of the top of the fourth. Our offense needs to wake up. 0-0, top of the fifth inning, only 43 pitches for Cade Cavalli. Strike on the upper outside corner of the plate. 0-1 count to start. Grounder to third, chopper foul. And we will throw a curveball here, trying to get Michael Busch swinging for another strikeout. That is shot down to left field. That is caught in left field, though, by James Wood. Nice play there in left field. Gary Sanchez up the bat again. Former Padre, former Yankee. That's popped to the catcher, Keibert Ruiz. 2 quick outs in the top of the fifth. And Cade Cavalli is cruising today against his Cubs lineup. Knock on wood there. 47 pitches with 2 outs now on the top of the fifth. Called strike there as a check swing on 1 count. Throwing the changeup down and in. That'll be popped into, or sorry, shot into right field there for a base hit. That popped up.
I don't know how he's
runner on first now. Pete Crow Armstrong at the bat. Do not know why the Cubs in the CPU, as the runner goes, throw on to second. He is out. I don't know why Pete Crow Armstrong, to finish my thought, is in the 9 spot in the lineup. But hey, it is what it is. We are not able to get run support in the top of, or the bottom of the fifth now. So top of the sixth, we do have 52 pitches. And we will see if we can throw another scoreless inning. Try and just keep waiting for our offense to wake up in this game. 1-2 count and get the called strike on the fastball there at the top of the zone inside. And we'll throw a slider, try and get him chasing. We do not. So Pete Armstrong back up the bat here after runner was caught stealing at second. That is shot to short, picks it, makes the throw on to first out of the top of the sixth there. Nico Horner, the top spot up the bat in the lineup, takes a strike for strike 1. That is a fastball.
Track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind.
Takes a changeup as well, strike 2. Looking to expand the zone here a little bit with the curveball. Grounder foul back to the backstop. We'll throw a fastball up and in here, try and get him swinging.
Much easier to do damage against mistakes.
Pop, foul. Juan Yepes will cover it first. He makes the play up against the railing. Cannot. We'll see what we can do here. 0-2 to Nico Horner. Shoots that one into right field. That is caught on the line there. Nice play. And Pablo Reyes up the bat. We did a hit earlier in the game. Popped into shallow left center field. That'll get down.
But in your mind,
for a
you have to
base hit,
convince
throw back in
yourself
on
that
the
it was a
second.
very good
And
at
we have
bat.
a runner on first now with Seiya
here
Suzuki
is
up the bat.
Seiya
Takes the strike
Suzuki.
low and away.
Flips the corner.
0-1.
Painting
That's
fastball
no
from the
good.
corners,
He's
neither would
great
get the
hitting
strike
ball
on
the
that
other
one.
way, and that
On the
pitch did a
curveball
good
looking for a
job
swing. We do get it.
bringing him up
Curveball
there.
way higher than I would have liked there, but it works out. Seiya Suzuki grounds to third, on to first base. That is an out. End of the top of the sixth. Oh, it's 0-0 still. I think the Cubs starting pitcher is still in the game. We have 4 hits, so we got 3 in the last half inning, and we did not score a run. That is very disappointing. 67 pitches. We'll see how far the CPU manager lets us go in this game. Grounded on to short, Abrams to first. That will be the first out. So if we can have a quick 7th here, we might still be in line for the win.
Here's Rowdy Tellez.
See what we can do.
First pitch and
Strike
that's in for
taking
strike.
their fastball right down the middle. Rowdy Tellez does not decide to swing at that one. Circle change, high and outside, does not take that one.
And make him work a little bit harder.
1-1 count here.
And that one hammered.
Shot to center field, up against the wall. Center fielder makes the catch. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 7th.
Now,
Michael
here
Bush
is
up the bat
Michael
now.
Bush.
71 pitches here in our outing so far.
Yeah, that's
Strike
the
1
first strike.
fastball taken
It's
for a
0-1.
strike. Throwing the curveball in there, swing and a miss there on the curve. Strike 2, 0-2 count, looking to go up and in with the fastball here, get him swinging. Flared back to the backstop, and we will look to go down and away with the circle change here. 74 pitches, starting to lose some of it, and we strike him out to end the top of the 7th. We are pulled in the 8th. Tyler Rogers into the game. ERA at 1.62 and 16.2 innings pitched, and we will see if we were able to do anything. We did not get the win. Colin Poche with the win with 0.1 innings pitched, but 7 innings, 4 strikeouts, only 2 hits for Cade Cavalli, player of the game, and we walked it off. So we will take the win. Cade Cavalli would have liked the win on his record, but 7 strong innings of 2-hit baseball, we will take that any day of the week. Right, so after Cade Cavalli has a really, really strong start, going 7 innings, only giving up 2 hits with 4 strikeouts, we are now 18-17. We're going to set scouting assignments now. And then it'll be Mackenzie Gore on the mound. As lowers the ERA a little bit as we're still at 500. We have, Kiki Justice is looking really good as we've scouted him 31%. How do I toggle it? There we go. 4-seamer, 90 to 95 miles an hour. Changeup, cutter, and a curveball. A cutter at 9 tops out at 97. That is insane. He might have to be the pick if we have the opportunity to take him. Obviously, we'll have to scout him more. We're going to keep these guys in for now. But it's going to be catcher and pitcher really going to be our focuses other than third base. So, might have found our draft pick there in Kiki Justice. So, we'll see what we can do here against Milwaukee in this last game of the series. Don't really worry about the AAA injury. We lose 8-2. I'm going to assume that some of that was Mackenzie Gore. Got shelled in 2 innings. I don't know how much longer I can justify keeping him on this team. He is just not good in MLB The Show for whatever reason. He's great in real life. He's one of the best pitchers in the MLB in real life. I just don't know what's happening in this game to make him suck so bad, and I'm not going to send a 27, almost 28-year-old down to AAA to try and figure it out. It's starting to annoy me. I don't know if you can tell. It's starting to really, really annoy me here. Because I don't know what to do about it. Chris Paddock is dominating. He's straight up dominating. Mitchell Parker's playing okay in his recent games. He's gotten shelled a couple of times, but he's not been bad. That 6-run game is real rough in 3 innings. But he's gone 7 innings a few times. He's gone 5, 6, 6. He's not playing bad. Josiah Gray is pitching okay. And then you have Cade Cavalli, who is just dominating. But can we rely on Cade Cavalli to really be that guy the entire season? Probably not. He's going to get shelled at some point. I mean, gave up 4 a couple days ago. Had the start that we played, and then has been dominant pretty much other than that. So is it time to make a change? Or do we just say we need to ride it out with Mackenzie Gore and just be okay with it? Because the bullpen's pitching really well. Jarlin Suzanne is pitching okay. He'll probably get sent down at some point. He is only 21, so it's not like we need to rush him to the majors. and keep him up here for so long because he, still only 21. But DJ Hurst is pitching well. Miguel Castro is pitching dominant. Jose Ferrer even under 4. Colin Poche is playing really well. Tyler Rogers, Keegan Aiken, and Jorge Lopez. Jorge Lopez's stats are going to be inflated because he has had to go multiple innings a few times already, and has been shelled a couple of times. So they're inflated a little bit, but really our whole bullpen is pitching way better than it did last year. It's the rotation that is just falling apart. I mean, Chris Paddock is looking like a Cy Young pitcher right now to start the season in his first, 8 starts? Yeah. 5-2, 2.57 ERA. He's just dominating. So we have some decisions to make. I'm going to go look at the trade block and just kind of see what is out there. I know it's early in the year, but I can't wait around for Mackenzie Gore to be ready at 27 years old, going to be 28. He's in a contract year. Yes, we have arbitration again, but am I really willing to pay him another 12, 13, 14 million for another year of a 6.38 ERA? He finished 170 innings with a 5 ERA last year. So in 33 starts. Went 8-18. I'm pretty sure he led the league in losses last year. So I have to figure that out. I'm going to go take a look for a second, and then we'll figure out what to do from there. Okay, well, I didn't think I'd be making a trade this early into the season, and it's actually not trading a Mackenzie Gore away. It's bringing in a starting pitcher. So we'd be getting Reese Olson from the Tigers, who is pitching really well through 8 starts, 2.20 ERA in 45 innings. I love the pitch mix. Only 26, so he does have some room to grow. And then also Bo Brisky, I think is how you say it. It's Brisky. 27-year-old closing pitcher. We can add him to the bullpen. He's been pitching decent as well in 19 games so far, 2.53 ERA. So that's who we're getting. We're giving up Jackson Rutledge and Travis Sciorca. So Jackson Rutledge, probably the higher of the 2 prospect levels, pitched a decent bit, started 13 games for us last season. So he is, not a nobody. And then obviously Travis Sciorca is a little bit lesser of a prospect, but not pitching bad at AA in 7 games so far. And then the big one is really William Seau. Now, 18 years old, he's 47 overall, does have a potential. He was our 5th round pick. Will he ever see a major league roster? Probably not. But they offered it. The recommended deal was Reese Olson for William Seau, just straight up. I added on Bo Brisky and Jackson Rutledge and Travis Sciorca to kind of even it out a little bit. It's also kind of a salary dump for the Tigers. They're getting rid of $8 million in salary. They're only getting a little bit under $1 million. So they're getting, about $7 million off of their payroll. So I think in real life, this would be a trade that they probably would do. They probably wouldn't include Bo Brisky in it. But for our sake, it's a game. It's fine. We're going to take this trade, and then we'll look to see what we need to do if Mackenzie Gore is going to be traded. If we wait till the trade deadline, see if he kind of turns it around, maybe has a little more potential. So we're going to see what we do there, see what we can get for him, and then I will update you guys in a second. So we are going to take this trade. Okay, well, I believe that we have found a trade. Victor Caratini, who I completely forgot got hurt at the end of last episode, which was the reason Keibert Ruiz started playing, is going to be out for about 2.5 months. Drew Milas is not going to be someone that I think we can rely on to play consistently well. In 19 at bats, yes, he is hitting .421. Is that going to continue? Probably not. Well, it's not. He's a 67 overall. Adrian De Castillo on a 1-year deal. He's 26, 75 overall. He has power versus righties, so he'll be slotting in versus righties immediately. The defense is pretty good. 81 reaction time is not bad at all. And he's playing really well. He's hitting a lot. He's slugging .509 on base percentages at .356. 7 home runs so far in 28 games. I will take that. So we're also going to be adding Brian Sammons, a starting pitcher. He's 30 years old, a 70 overall. Has not pitched yet this season for the Diamondbacks, but has pitched at AAA very well in 44 innings and 8 starts. So we're going to be giving up Mackenzie Gore. And then at first base, we are giving up Carlos De La Cruz. Never going to see the field for us. So he's having a pretty good season in AA, so adds a little bit of value in there for the Diamondbacks to take that. They're looking for a first baseman, so there you go. So it's flipping starting pitchers. Obviously, for us, it's getting rid of Mackenzie Gore and just the mess that he is. Brian Sammons probably won't go on the Major League roster right away. Because it'll be Reese Olson, Chris Paddock, Mitchell Parker, Josiah Gray, and then Cade Cavalli in the rotation. Susana is obviously in the bullpen. And then Brian Sammons could potentially move to the bullpen, but he probably just starts in AAA in case we need him. But Adrian De Castillos is really going to be that power bat versus righties that we need at catcher. And his defense is not bad. So he could be also someone that we look to keep as our catcher of the future potentially. So because that is a position of need as well. Victor Caratini and Keibert Ruiz are not going to be the guys for us. So that's the option. Keibert Ruiz is on a long contract, so we have him for a long time. It's just if he can play well or not. And he's not playing bad so far. He has hit 4 home runs, but a 208 average is just not. I can't have that starting every day. So this is a move that gives us De Castillos to put in at the catcher position. A solid catcher who can play most days. Mackenzie Gore, it gets him and his contract mess out of the way. We don't have to deal with it anymore. And we can focus on starting to win games when really at the top of our pitching rotation, he has not been able to win us any games. So that's the move. We're going to go ahead and confirm it and then hop into some more games. Okay, and then to get our roster back down to 26, Jarlin Susana will be moving back down to AAA. We'll use one of his options there, so he has 2 left. I think it'll give him an opportunity to kind of figure out what he needs to figure out. He'll go back into the starting rotation, and then maybe at some point we bring him back up as a starter this season. He'll probably be a September call-up. Hopefully he can figure it out at AAA, start having some good starts, and we can worry about him later on. We'll have to send someone down from AAA to AA, so we'll do that and get into some more games here. Okay, so updated starting rotation and bullpen. Bullpen stays the same. We did move Bo Brisky into the setup role and dropped Keegan Aiken to the middle relief role. That was the only switch. I had set it that way, and then it changed itself, so I just moved it back, and I made sure that the settings say manual, so hopefully it doesn't do that again, but most of the time it just does it anyway. I know it's because I do auto injuries, and then sometimes the lineups are weird, and it sets it. I get that, but I just like going back in and changing it anyway. Chris Paddock will be our number 1 option out of the rotation. Reese Olson slots in number 2. He is on fire in recent games. He's been dominating. Oh my goodness. In his last 3 starts, really. He's been playing fantastic. Mitchell Parker will play in the 3 spot in the rotation. Josiah Gray to 4. And Cade Cavalli, who is really playing fantastic for us, will be the end of our rotation. So that's that. I'm going to move Adrian De Castillo into the lineup a little bit, and then I'll show you guys that in a second. Okay, and then we did go ahead and pick up Jake Marisnik in free agency just now, and then I will have to figure out AAA, send someone down to AA. Did send Robert Hassel down. I needed a right-handed bat on the bench. Before that, it was all lefties, and then Nasim Nunez, who is a switch hitter. So we got another right-hander for the bench, kind of breaks up the ton of left-handers and switch hitters that we have in the lineup. So that's the move. Has speed. Power is actually not bad for a bench bat. The fielding is there, so he can play every single outfield spot. So that's the reasoning for that. We're going to set the lineups, and then I'll show you guys in just a second. Okay, so versus righties, this is the new lineup. Dylan Cruz and Jacob Young both dropped down the lineup. I had Jacob Young leading off. He is just not hitting, so I had to drop him down. Dylan Cruz is even worse right now, so our outfielders got to figure it out. But James Wood is on a heater right now, almost 300, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs to start the season. Fantastic. CJ Abrams is playing really well. Luis Garcia is hitting really well. And then Adrian De Castillos goes in, bats number 5. Has a lot of power versus righties, so that's why I put him in there at 5. Colt Emerson takes over for Nasim Nunez down at the DH spot. Hitting .310, only 30 at bats, but does have 2 home runs. So hopefully he can keep that up, getting some more regular at bats. And then versus lefties, I have Alex Call leading off. In 70 at bats, he's hitting 320. He's playing really well when we give him at bats. So he's leading off. CJ Abrams, James Wood, Luis Garcia, Jacob Young, Dylan Cruz, Brady House at third, Juan Yepes, and then Keibert Ruiz at catcher for lefties. Keibert Ruiz obviously a switch hitter at catcher. So even once the starting pitcher that is a lefty gets out of the game, if it's a right-handed pitcher, he's fine. Obviously having Adrian De Castillos, and he is on fire right now, is going to be great. But we have Keibert Ruiz as well. So they'll platoon at catcher. Did go ahead and send Drew Milos down, obviously, to make room for Adrian De Castillo. So that's the lineups versus lefties and righties. We're going to hop into some more games. And I think we're going to go ahead right in here to Reese Olson's first start as a Washington National up against the 23-18 second place Phillies now. So if we could take some games in this series, that would be an insane thing to do. We need to change out some guys at AAA. So we can go ahead and drop down someone in our starting rotation down to AA. We'll go ahead and send Garvin Alston down to AA. That will fix our problem there. We'll get in here with Reese Olson. We're going to player lock and see what we can do in his first start as a National. We'll be out here. There is Reese Olson. In 8 starts, pitched 45 innings, 2.20 ERA, whip under 1. That is fantastic. A great strikeout and walk rate, 36 strikeouts in 45 innings, so fantastic for him. And we're going to see what we do. We have a great pitch mix here, a lot of different movements, a lot of different positionings here for the pitchers, which I love. Being able to move the ball around pretty much wherever I want is one of my favorite things when we just show with pitcher. So having a bunch of different options is always fantastic for me to pitch with.
Hey, partner, back in 2023, Turner homered
So 1-1 count here, 2 pitches, strike, and then a ball to start off the game. Another ball there, 2-1 up and into Trey Turner. We're going to throw a circle change here, try and get him swinging. We do. Grounder to short. CJ Abrams on the first. Speedy Trey Turner throws out in time, first out of the top of the first. Nice start to the outing for Reese Olson here in Nationals uniform. Strike on the slider on the corner of the zone. Nice pitch there. Nice call by the umpire to give us that one. We'll see what we can do against Bryson Stott. Swings through the circle change, not able to stay with it. And we'll throw a curveball here, try and get him to chase. Grounds that one foul back to the backstop, and we will throw a slider here, try and get it on his back foot. Pops that one into shallow center field. That one will get down for a base hit. And that is the first hit allowed here in the game by Reese Olson. It is the top of the first, obviously, but still important to note, it does not have a no-hitter anymore. 0-1 count here to Kyle Tucker. We'll see what we can do. Pitch up and in, don't get the call on that one. Nice pitch, just not able to get the call. Throw a curveball here. Runner takes off. He will be in the second safe. No play at second, and runner's in scoring position now as the wild pitch gets the runner to move up. It's a little unfortunate for Reese Olson. That's slapped into left field. That'll be caught in left field. Throw on to third, but no plays. The runner stays at second, so 2 outs now for Reese Olson here. Pitch count's still pretty low. I'm not really concerned about it. Bryce Harper up to bat now. Put that slider in the middle low, and he takes it for a strike. Probably not expecting that one to come back over the plate as much as it did. High fastball. Wow, we got a call there. Okay, we're going to drop a curveball in the dirt, see if we can get him swinging here. We do not 1-2. Throw another high fastball up and then see if we get another call. That one's a little too high, just wrong spot there. Throw a sinker down and away here. Fouls that one on the third baseline.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit.
Throw a circle change down the way, try and get him swinging here. Just way too far outside, full count here. We're going to throw a slider, try and get him on the back foot here swinging. That's hung, and that's luckily fouled off there. Bryce Harper not able to get onto that one. Throw another sinker, see if we can get him looking at the bottom of the zone. Grounder onto second. Luis Garcia, nice play on to first in time for the third out. See what our offense can do here, give us some run support. Nothing here in the bottom of the first, so in the top of the second now, Alec Bohm up to bat. And a long first inning there. It was 20 pitches for Reese Olson, so we'll see what he can do here in the second to kind of shorten this half inning. Grounder foul back to the backstop back there behind home plate. We're going to go up and in with a fastball here, try and get him looking or swinging. Get a little bit of both in these games with the high end fastball. Pop to center, that'll be caught in center field. It's a nice play there.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's
Brandon
his
Marsh
friend,
up the
he'll
bat.
give him a
Don't get the
second
call
to
on the
catch his
sinker.
breath
1-0 to
before
start
he's
off
ready
this
to deal
at
the next
bat.
pitch.
See what we can do here up and in with a fastball. Try and get him swinging. That one sits on the plate so much. Fly ball deep center field. That will be caught at the wall. Oh my goodness, what a catch. Reese Olson is injured and he is pulled from the game with 2 outs in the second inning. I mean, you can't make it up, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope it's a strained tricep. I really hope it's not bad, but you really can't make it up. We'll put in DJ Hers, I guess. I mean,
DJ Hers.
all right, they're going to let us pitch with him. So,
And as relievers go,
oh
he's
my
not a
goodness,
big
this is
strikeout
awful.
guy. Tries to force weak contact.
Probably
so
the worst
command and
scenario that could have
execution are
happened here
huge
other
for
than
him.
getting shelled. Probably worse than getting shelled, to be honest with you.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss there, Nick
Count
Castellanos.
1-1.
Count evens up
Castellanos
1-1 here as DJ
working
Hers
through some
has him
struggles
going.
lately.
Throwing a curveball here, try and get him swinging.
This
Grounds
is
that
the
one
third.
down the third baseline. Fair. James Wood over to try and play it.
Now he turns
We'll
and
throw
heads
it in.
second.
Perfect throw. Can he get him at
He's
second base? He
But he's in
cannot
there
throw almost in
easily.
time. Nick Castellanos safe into second with 2 outs here. His 8th double of the year.
But he sure hit it hard enough to get through the
James
infield.
McCann
There's
up the
not
bat
a
now, batting
whole lot of time for
186
those
on the year so
hitters to
far.
react and try to make a play when it's ripped like
Nice
that.
pitch
Runner
there
scoring
from
position
DJ
now
Hers,
and a
trying to
good
get out of this
opportunity
inning
to
with no
push
damage
across the
done.
first.
Swing and a miss on the circle change. James McCann goes down swinging. That's the end of the top of the second inning. Oh, it is letting us play the full game now. I think what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and simulate here and just kind of see how the game goes. Not able to do anything in that half inning. Trey Turner with a double. End of that half inning, no runs still. Couple of singles here. Can we get some runs? We cannot. Solo home run for Alec Bohm. A walk to Brandon Marsh. 3 outs. Double for Jacob Young here. Not able to capitalize on it. Single for Keibert Ruiz. Double play ends the inning. Couple of walks. A single scores a run. Scores another run. Strikeout. We got Castro in the game now. Another single. So we're down 3-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And a double scores a run. But that's all we get in the bottom of the 6th. Top of the 7th now. There's a single from Kyle Tucker. Single from Alec Bohm. Runners to the corners. We're just really not getting anything going on offense now. And we'll go ahead and sim out the rest of this game. We do lose 3-1.
Well, Boog, 4
So-
games wasn't too long of a losing streak, but they're definitely happy to be back.
Very disappointing. Reese Olson had to go out with an injury very, very early on. Looked like he was trying to start settling in there in the top of the 2nd inning. Got a strikeout and got another out on the fly ball. Okay, he'll be out for a few days. We'll keep him active. At first, I thought the injury was on the center fielder. I did, jumping at the wall there, but it was not. So Mitchell Parker will make the second start here in this series, and we'll see what we can do. We'll go ahead and sim this one. We're going to set our scouting assignments, see what we got. And Kiki Justice is looking really, really strong. Geraldo Ramo is not looking good. We're going to go ahead and change him out. And then Alan Silva is also not looking too hot, so we'll change him out as well. I do think third base needs to be a position of priority here, so we're going to look at Rico Casillas, see what we can get from him, and then we'll probably scout another catcher here. Well, there aren't really any high ranked. Although Sam Rubio could be someone later on in the draft. We'll scout him top end at 96 potential, so we might as well take a look at that, see what we have. We're going to let Mitchell Parker take this one, and we do win. That is a great game from us. Top 7, down 1. We're going to go ahead and let... Wow, and the Phillies poured on in the end of that game. Down 5, we're going to... And Luis Garcia breaks his hand. So 10-day IL. We're going to stop simulating. We got to figure this out. Josh Cannon's coming along a little bit. He is hitting. Did have one of his 2 now career AA home runs. Slugging 429, 782 OPS with a 353 OBP. Only hitting 214, but it could be worse. He's stolen a base with 14 speed. Wow, okay. This is interesting. I don't like that it called him up. I just I don't know, that bugs me. But Luis Garcia is on the IL, so now we have a spot at second base we have to figure out what to do with. We have Colt Emerson. I don't really have anyone else I want to call up in the infield. I mean, Jose Tena, I guess I could call up. He's not playing bad at all, actually. We'll call up Jose Tena to the MLB. He can play second and third. So we'll go in here, edit the lineups a little bit, make it work, and then I'll let you guys see it. Okay, so versus lefties, it's pretty much our entire bottom of our lineup is cold. Colt Emerson will slide to second. He's our backup second baseman. And then Alex Call is still leading off at DH. He's playing phenomenal in his extended at-bats. He's actually kept his batting average around 300, which is amazing to see. Nasim Nunez will play second base versus righties, switch hitter. And then Jake Marisnik now will slide into the lineup. He is 0 for 14 to start his time with us, but I need someone at the position, so we're going to put him in the 9 spot, and we're going to see what he can do. If not, we'll probably move Jose Tena, or maybe even out. Actually, you know what? Let's move Alex Call there. I'm changing my mind, I know, but Alex Call needs more at-bats anyway. We're going to move him to the 6th spot in the lineup and DH versus righties, and we'll see how that holds up for now, and we'll keep Simmons. Okay, well, Kiki Justice turned out to not be a good pick. The potential fell off a cliff, so we're going to get rid of him and look at another starting pitcher here. We'll look at Jeff Crowley. We did scout David Kim, and he looks to be phenomenal, so he'll probably end up being our pick if we go pitcher. The other guys I'm going to go ahead and keep for now. Actually, I'm going to take Rico Casillas out, and we're going to scout another reliever, I think. We'll scout Robbie Jensen. Why not? Finalize that, and then we'll sim a little bit more. We're now 22-31. Lost 2 out of 3 to Philly. About to get swept by the Dodgers, more than likely. We lose 4-1. So we'll keep simming a little bit, and then probably after this next month, we'll go ahead and end the episode, and then we'll see what we have in the next episode. So we'll sim a little bit more, maybe play 1 or 2 more games, and see what we got. All right, so we're 23-36 now. We have stopped to do our scouting assignments. We're 2-8 in our last 10. We did move Luis Garcia to the 60-day, so that is that. Sam Rubio looks like he could be good, but the overall is what's going to kill him at 21 years old, so he's not going to be a pick for us. Catcher is just probably, Salvatore Cordero looks phenomenal. He'd probably be a major leaguer right away. So at 22 years old, that's the only really thing that's kind of holding me back from maybe picking him, is that he is 22. But you never know. Catcher is really not a position that's strong in this draft class, which is fine. We'll look at some first baseman as well. Not first base. We'll look at second base. Kind of see what we have here. We'll look at Jesus Vega. And then Robbie Jensen is just not it. We'll cancel that scouting assignment. We will scout the position of starting pitcher in the Central. And then Jeff Crowley will keep scouting as well to get finalized on him. We're going to keep simming and just kind of see what we got. We'll sim this next month and then head out. All right, 25-40. We're going to hop in here, do our scouting again. We'll just keep letting starting pitching scouts go. That's fine. Love to know more about all of them anyway. Jeff Crowley, we don't have as high of a grade on as everyone else does. I'm going to keep Jesus Vega being scouted for now because the potential is staying up there. And I'm going to swap out Jeff Crowley and look at some more relief pitchers. So I want to look at Benito Montalvo here. So that'll be that. The only change for scouting this week is taking him out, putting him in. So we're playing really bad, but, we didn't expect to do much. So staying at 500 as long as we did for 40 games was kind of a miracle. So, we were 20-20, so we're 5-20 in our last 25 games. It's rough, but we'll see what we can do here in the next little bit of this month. So we have kind of a decision to make here. Keibert Ruiz is hitting better than Caratini so far, but I do really like Caratini a lot more, and I don't even think I can send him down. I think he has too many years of service. So I'm gonna be sending Keibert Ruiz to AAA. Shoot, he's out of minor league options. This is where it gets really interesting. We're gonna try and pass him through options here, or through waivers here. He's out of options. We're gonna try and pass him through waivers. We'll just have to deal with it. So that's that with Keibert Ruiz. If that's the last of him in a Nationals uniform, then that's the last of him. 5-4, bottom of the 7th base is loaded with 1 out. Alex Call up to bat. We're gonna hop in here. This will be the final game we play, and then we're gonna end the episode. Base is juiced with Nationals. Alex Call up to bat in our City Connect uniforms here with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Let's see what we can do. Foul that four-seamer back. Not able to get on it in time. Just late on that one. 135 average with runners in scoring position this year for Alex Call. So a little rough. That's popped into left field. That'll get down. We'll send the other runner from second. We will score both of them. 6-5 Nationals. Alex Call comes through. 2 RBI single, and we take the lead. And we will keep going here. Nasim Nunez up to bat now. 1 for 3 in the game today. Only 1 out. Runners on first and second. We'll see if we can add to this lead. As Alex Call gives it to us on a 2 RBI single into left field. Foul that one back to the left out of play. 0-2 count here. 0.83 average for Nasim Nunez this season, so even worse than Alex Call. Having some trouble with runners on, and nice take there from Nasim Nunez. Slider almost catches a piece, but yeah, having trouble with runners in scoring position this season. We need to figure that out quick. Pop that one foul out of play. Back behind us. 1-2 is the count still. Nasim Nunez really looking to kind of take charge here and add to this lead, try and get it out of reach for this Mets team. 2-2 even to the count high fastball. Let's see what we can do here with this next pitch. Hopefully get something to hit here. We do sit on it, curveball. Can't sit on it quite enough there. 2-2 still. At the top of the zone, that would have been kind of one of those wobblers called either a ball or a strike, so we have to swing at it. Swing through the sinker. That's a strikeout. And we are not able to do anything there with Nasim Nunez, but Victor Caratini up to bat now, 1 for 1 in the game today. Back from injury, his second game back, I believe. That's popped into left center field. Does it have enough to get out? It will not. It'll be caught in center field by the center fielder, end of the 7th. But we take the lead on a 2 RBI single from Alex Calls. Let's see if we can pull this game out. And we do. We actually add on, make it 9-5. Adrian De Castillo hits a homer. And we play a pretty good game to get the win 9-5. Did have 2 errors, but doesn't matter. We won the game. Jorge Lopez, 18th save of the season. And we'll hop out here. We'll sim this last week, do our scouting assignments, and then we will end the episode. All right, we have Jesus Vega fully scouted, 29th ranked player. Probably not someone we're going to look at, but still nice to get him scouted. We'll look at Nick Overstreet, a relief pitcher. Looks not bad. And then Benito Montalvo. The potential's still up there, so I'm going to scout him more and see if I can get him fully scouted. Because he doesn't look that bad. He'd probably be a second-round pick, though, if anything. And that is the last month. Actually, we'll go ahead and sim this last 2 weeks till the All-Star break here. We're not going to hop in there. We do lose. And we will see what we can do. Tyler Rogers is eligible reinstated. Will still be out for a month or two. We'll move him to the 60-day. Brenton Doyle is a Ray as the Rockies get Juan Guzman and Braden Taylor. Interesting. We'll stop and do our scouting assignments real quick and see what we can do there. So Benito Montalvo, okay, that potential did fall off, so we'll go ahead and swap him out. Get George Fader. And Nick Overstreet will continue to look at him, and then relief pitchers we'll keep looking at. Getting closer to the draft, we can kind of feel it creeping up on us now, so we got to keep making those hard decisions as far as who we're going to scout, what positions we're going to scout. And you know what? We'll go ahead and do the draft here before we end the episode. I know I said I wouldn't, but we're going to do it. We might as well. We're going to add some guys to our draft queue here. George Fader is going to be a risky one because we only have him 25% scouted. So it's going to be interesting, but we'll see what we can do. All right, heading into the MLB draft here in 2026. We will have the first pick. Okay, wow. So we got to make up our minds here on who we want to take. Salvatore Cordero is the number 1 ranked player in the draft. We have him fully scouted. He would probably come to the majors right away. The power is going to be there immediately versus lefties at 22. I think he could be someone that ends up being really, really good for us. We'll see how it works out. We're going to go ahead and draft Salvatore Cordero here with our first overall pick. Don't think he'll be as good as Josh Cannon is, but we'll see if it pans out for us. And he did opt out of the doctor's exam, which is fine. 22 years old, he'll probably start at the major league level, if not AAA. And I feel pretty confident in that pick for us. We do have Benito Francisco scouted. He is ranked number 15 in the draft. He is injured, but honestly, I'm going to go ahead and take him anyway. Closing pitcher, not necessarily a position of too much need, but he can slide into the bullpen. I'm fine with that. And we will go ahead and send our next pick here. So scouting-wise, we're kind of down to the players that we just kind of had scouted a little bit here, which is unfortunate, but at the same time, it's kind of what we get. Relief pitcher Benito Montalvo, he's there. Nick Overstreet is there. The potential with him is not bad. I'd really like to go position player here, but I don't think it's going to work out. I think we're going to go Nick Overstreet here and take the risk on the 18-year-old. They say we were not as fully prepared in this draft for sure, but I think we'll have a decent enough draft. We'll have some good options for the future. Really, this is going to be about finding guys that could potentially be there. Sean Kell will take at shortstop, sure. 99 potential on the high end. If it even, gets that close, it's fine. If not, he's a 4th-round pick. Doesn't really matter. Not worried about these last couple of picks. And then I think this is our last pick here in round 6. And I think I'm going to go ahead and round it off with Bob May, the starting pitcher, and draft another pitcher. So that should be our last pick. It is. Now we'll have till August 1st to draft or to sign our picks. That is today's episode. It's going to be a longer one because the recording I have right now before it's edited is an hour and 40 minutes long. So hopefully I can get it down to around an hour long, but it's going to be a longer episode, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. So thank you guys for actually watching the videos. I really enjoy it because I do put in a lot of effort into editing them. If you guys see this, please leave a like, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment, and I will see you guys in the next one.